Hi everyone, this is Shua Allegra. I'm the founder of Grace and Hope Consulting. Like I've been doing, if you follow me on social media, you know that I am introducing, the world to amazing women who are making history and women who are movers and shakers. And I'm just so honored to know them and to be able to support them in this way. So today I have with me Jennifer. So Jennifer, would you mind just introducing yourself so that people know who you are?
Sure. My name is Jennifer Bruno. I live in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. I am the mom of two daughters, 15, Carly, and my Cassie is 13, and she is visually impaired and has autism. Cassie was born 15 weeks premature, weighed 1 pound, 14 ounces, and is visually impaired as a result of her prematurity. And then the autism diagnosis came quite a bit later because of the vision impairment. A lot of the signs weren't picked up on. So that's kind of me that way. I have a full-time job with a nursing home company, and I oversee about 70 nursing facilities in Pennsylvania and Ohio. And then I have a side business where I sell a little bit of makeup, and in my free time, we also have a Team Cassie charity that we started. And I like to read in my free time, which doesn't happen very often, but so that's a little bit about me.
Yeah, oh, awesome. And often, and you and I were talking about this earlier, people will hear, a mom raising kids with, special needs and health needs and all the other things that we do as mom. We think, oh, that's where our world stops. It's like, yes, it's overwhelming. Yes, that's challenges, but life keep going. I mean, look at you. Besides just being a mom, is full-time job in itself. It feels like almost like three full-time jobs. But then here you're also, managing 70 nursing homes. I mean, like
Yes.
that is a lot. And then, starting a charity and pursuing all of that. And, yes, finding some time to read in between can be hard. But I'm just honored to see that you are doing so much. You're doing so much things in this world, and people often miss that. I think that, when we have kids with who needs extra help, then the world stops and we stop there. We keep being moms and we do more,
Right.
right?
Right.
Awesome. So why do you do all that you do? Whether it's a nursing home, whether it's the Team Cassie, the charity you started, nonprofit you started.
Well, I think that one of the things that, along this journey, Cassie's 13 now. And, so for me, there wasn't like she was normal or she was undiagnosed and then she got a diagnosis. So she's always had challenges since the day she was born. I mean, she came into this world not even weighing 2 pounds, not even able to breathe on her own. And so I knew from right then she was going to have some challenges. But I never believed what the doctors told us, that I knew that they wouldn't be as bad as the doctor said. Not to say that I wasn't devastated when we found out that she was never see. But so I think that, I'm very open and honest about the highs and lows of our autism journey. And I think that I wish that I would have had another mom or a group of moms to connect with when we first got the diagnosis, whether it was autism or whether it was the vision diagnosis or anything, because autism in particular is a very isolating diagnosis for, I think more so for the mom. It's for the whole family, but I think as moms, we take on all the guilt, even though it's not our fault, but something that, we your kid falls down and skins her knee, that it's my fault that I wasn't there watching. One of the, that as moms, that's what we do. And I want people to realize that they're not alone in this journey and that there is hope, and that, there are so many things that, like, if Cassie says a sentence that's appropriate, like to the context, I get so excited. And, it's things that people that don't understand autism and what it's like to live with a child on the spectrum, they don't understand how exciting things like that are. And so, I've learned to celebrate the smallest of accomplishments and, set some big goals and just kind of hope that we get to I don't ever want anybody to think that they're alone in this. And it's because there are days that I do have a pity party for myself. But usually I try to contain that to the shower and then get up and move on with my life.
Yeah, we have to give ourselves, the permission to grieve these losses and feel the frustration, dealing with different kind of systems, whether it's the educational system, it's the health system, all of that. It's not easy.
Right.
So I get that. We have to have we're human, so it is okay to have that moment where we have to express our emotions. But what I like with you and the over 11 ladies that are part of the book that you wrote, it's that we don't stop there, and we take a story and you're sharing the story to help others have the hope that you mentioned, so that people are not alone. So can you tell us, without even giving out too many details, about your story in the book? So the book is It's Gonna Be All Right.
Yes.
And I interviewed a few other women who are part of the book project, and I'll put the link for people to click and buy the ebook. The paperback is coming. Is it April 2nd?
I don't know if we have an exact date for the paper book yet.
April.
But the ebook will be released on April 2nd, but you can purchase it now. So my story kind of talks about a horrible experience that we went through not too long ago at our school district. And it was I don't want to tell a lot because I want people to read the book. I did go live on Facebook right after this scenario happened, and I told the world. And because what I will say is that in my 15 years of being a parent, I have never felt so humiliated and isolated as I did that night. And I was super disheartened that something like this happened at our own school district. So, I think that it's a good story to share because I never want anybody to feel like they have to accept what their school district is telling them, or what a doctor is telling them, or a therapist. I think that our job is to fight for our kids, for their voices to be heard. And, our story ended up having a great ending that I hope to be able to share more. It's unfortunate that something so horrible had to happen, but I have to say that I'm glad that it happened to me, because I think that there are a lot of people had the same thing happen. They may not have handled it the same way. So, maybe they wouldn't have told anybody, and maybe they wouldn't have made it a big issue of it. But I think, so I'm a big believer in everything happening for a reason. So I think that was my opportunity to say, our story needs to be heard. This can't happen again.
Yeah, and you kind of used that painful story in the moment. It was painful, it was frustrating, it was heartbreaking, even for us watching the live. And was, but then you use that and turn it to something to help others, to, provide resources and information, and to encourage other parents out there that all of us, we can be our children's champion, and we don't have to put up with, what society thinks or says, about our children, or about ourselves even, and that we can really be, better and better advocates for those we care about. So thank you for doing that.
Thank you.
Yeah. So how can people follow you, connect with you? I will post the link to the book.
Okay.
And is there, go ahead.
There's a Team Cassie Facebook page.
Yes.
And so we had primarily been using that for fundraising efforts. But I'm going to use it now more as my platform for talking about our life with autism, and just, to celebrate Cassie's accomplishments, because I think that, I'm sure that there are some people on my Facebook feed that don't really want to hear all my stories about Cassie. So I'm going to try to share all those just on the Team Cassie Facebook page.
Awesome. Yeah. And then afterwards, you can send me the link to it, and
yes,
I will make sure to add that to it. So for everyone listening, thank you. This is just one of the moms, one of the amazing women I had the pleasure to interview. And it's just been so encouraging, uplifting even for me to keep doing what I'm doing, and even want to do more because of your stories, And so thank you. It's just honestly from the bottom of my heart. Thanks for all that you do. And big hugs to Cassie and her sister.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.